Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitis, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I am the host of Healings on the Go. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, author, certified healer, crystal healer, dolphin healer, space clearer, candle manifestation channeling, and a whole lot more. To see what offers and services I do, please go to healingsonthego.com. I would like to introduce my show today. I actually aired it a year ago, and I have a high demand on what is candle manifestation channeling. What is it? How does it work? It's helped thousands of people, and I will get more into it in the show. It's a replay, but it talks all about the candle, how it helped me through a very dark time in my life where I really had nothing. We were struggling to even have food on the table, and I was begging God, please, please, can you just help me help people and also help myself so I can have some food on the table? So this is a very touching introduction, and my show is very in-depth about what the candle is. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed airing it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitis. I am the host of Healings on the Go with Linda DeVitis. I am an author, certified healer, magnified healer, crystal healer, candle manifestation channeling. I do professional house clearings, and so much more. You can find me at healingsonthego.com and check my service page. Today, we're going to talk about candle manifestation channelings. Everyone asks me, what is that? So I'm here to explain. Candle manifestation is manifesting candles. What happens is, in essence of your being, your spirit enters the candle, and they are very well known for healings. So before I explain more about what exactly it is, I had a hard time. I was going through a lot of financial stuff. And you can read my book. You can find it at healingsonthego.com, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. So basically, I lit a candle and I was praying and I said, please, God, can I just do something that would help others and also help myself? And sure enough, as I was dazed into the candle, there are just some messages that was just talking through me. And what I did, I used to write channelings on napkins, which is funny. And I used to write it down, and I would get so much positive information. And something told me, it said, do this and you're going to be successful. Not only will you help pay your bills, but you'll also help many. So I was like, are you sure about that? And I felt yes. So that's how candles started. And this lady had called me one time. She was in Hawaii, and she told me, Linda, I want to do a healing, but I can't come to you in person. Do you think you can help me? So I thought to myself, hey, it can't be that hard. So I started buying candles. And what they look like is, here's one of the gold candles. I also have them in red and white. Also, there's a candle for everything. So this one is like the marriage candle, when you actually send love to people that are getting married. But basically, so she wanted a healing candle. So I said, okay, it can't be that hard. So I did her a candle. What I did is I transmute the energy. So it's not like you light a candle and you're like, okay, I wish she gets well. That's it. And then just finish. This is an hour process. So what I do is I transmit my own healing, because I am trained and certified to send energy. Of course, always positive. There are a lot of nutcases out there that called me up and they're like, hey, Linda, if I give you $1,000, could you make my husband go to the other side faster? I'm like, no, I don't care if you pay me $100,000. I don't do bad stuff. So anyway, it was funny. So what I did was I started sending her energy. And what happens then is that not only am I present, so I am a vessel for this energy, the healing energy that I transmute onto the other person. And so after that, what happens is the angels come around, which we're going to talk about later. But basically, there are different angels for different people. Sometimes Jesus comes in, sometimes loved ones come in. So it always depends on the person. It's not a standard form that, okay, you put healing oils and that's it. It's very deep. So I didn't learn this by learning it from someone. This was all from channeling spirit and talking through me. So what happens then is I write down messages. And like I said, back then it was funny because I used to write it on napkins and then take a picture and send it to the person. So they were like, oh, how interesting, you know, and it was always positive. So sure, you can channel bad spirits. Of course you can, because there's always the yin and the yang, but you can tell the difference. How? Because when you channel bad spirits, what happens? It's a negative channeling. It's not something that feels good. And people wouldn't feel good doing a healing and like all negative things are coming through. So I know when I'm channeling real good spirits, I also do protection before I even start. Candles are very draining in the sense that you can pick up a lot of stuff. If there's something that's very heavy on the person, I pick it up right away. And usually after a candle is done, I just need some rest. And I do lay down afterwards. And I always tell everybody, I'm like, you think it's easy, but afterwards, my energy is drained. It's more tiring than actually, you know, going 9 to 5, which I worked for so many years. So they're like, okay. So basically, after I did my first candle, she was in Hawaii, and then she started feeling better. And then I said, wow, I couldn't believe it because it was my first time. So back then I don't charge much at all for candles, even though they're draining, but I think it's a decent amount considering the things I have to buy, my energy. It's 2 pages too. So it's not like a 5-second thing like, okay, I hope you feel better and then pray that they get better. It's not like that at all. So before I go on, I want to say hello to everyone watching. Hi, Maria. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I just want to see who's on, but I'm going to check that in a little bit. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Everyone's very interested in the candle because it's not something that's very common. And so, like I said, I was taught this. So again, it becomes a 2-page channeling and I write everything down. So what kind of candles are there? There are a lot of colors. When there's healings, they're usually white because white is good for healing. So there are a lot of ways that you can send healing energy. Some people do it in their different ways, but the candle has, from all my services, has marked a very special place in my heart. Why? Because I've seen miraculous things happen, which we'll talk about later. So again, going back to the candles are very deep, transmutation, and angels are very present. And they are sent from a higher force. And I always give thanks to God and his angels. After a miracle happens, and I actually witnessed many, I give thanks and I said, God, thank you so much. And I buy him flowers, you know, appreciation, because I believe that appreciation goes a long way. When you give thanks to someone, it comes back to you tenfold. And also it feels good. You know, I'm just a vessel. So I send my energy, the angels send their energy. And of course, without God, nothing is possible. So that's how the candles work. And what they do is, I'll give you an example. Let's say this one is, okay, there's, like I said, many things. Some people can't even be white. So for example, let's say this lady calls me and she wants a healing, but I feel she has more red in her energy. I'm not going to really use a white candle. I'm going to use a red one. Why? Because her energy is very fiery. So I need something that matches her energy, right? So it's funny how through the candle, I can see exactly what's going on around her. I've performed thousands, and I know very well. My sister looks at me and she's like, how do you know? Well, after you've done so many of them, you're like, wow, you know, things actually, you know, make sense. And it's miraculous how you could see things through the candle. Her energy, I could feel if she's off. I can feel everything that's going on with the candle. So like I said, this one's red. Red can be for love. I'll teach you basic things. Red could be love. Red could be someone fiery. For example, black candles, right? It could be someone that's African American. Doesn't mean that I'm lighting you a black candle so something can happen to you, which is actually funny when they tell me that. So I'm like, no, it's not. So let me show you a black candle. Black candles look like this. And usually African American want to be black. They don't want to be white. So I also get the black candles. And this is also could be a healing candle. So it's funny that not always things are black is bad. Black color can be used for many things. It's also your intention, you know. If you're sending bad energy, what do you think is going to happen to you? It's going to come right back. You don't want to send bad energy, and I never do. I believe in karma, and that's why I feel like I've been blessed to do the candles. Not only are they performed long distance, so you don't even have to come to me. Sometimes they work even better because you are at home resting, doing your thing, and I am transferring the energy and transmuting it into something very positive. You see, and a lot of steps go into it. You just can't start. People think, okay, like for people that do the work, you can't just start doing a candle without protection, right? You don't know what you're going to pick up. You have to be very careful in what you're trained to do. So I've been taught this, and my guides always assist me. I always see the candle, and sometimes my guides are like, she needs more healing oil. She's drained out. Even if it's a love candle, I'll feel like, you know, she needs more of that stuff, or they'll tell me something else. But everything's self-guided and really miraculous. So let me continue on. There's a candle for everything. There's not only a candle for healing, there's a candle for love. What is that? Candles for love. So you could ask me, are you going to force someone to love you? No. First of all, we all have free will. So let's say, for example, me and my husband are having, for example, bitter times. So I'll say, okay, let's send some love energy. I can send the love energy, but in the pot, the person might not want it. So even though you're sending it, we have free will to say, no, I'm not interested in the love candles. So those are not 100%. Nobody can tell you, oh, I'm going to make you fall in love with you. That's BS to me. It's not true, because we all have free will. We can feel one thing, right, and do another. For example, I can send you energy and say, okay, be careful, because if you go to that store, something bad's going to happen. Now, you might feel the energy and be like, oh, something's telling me don't go to that store, but you go anyway. See how it's free will? Why are the healing candles more miraculous? Because the people are open and ready to feel the healing. And that's what I tell everyone. They're open and ready. So now, for example, I do love candles, money candles. I do them for myself, because if I knew they didn't work, I'm not going to offer it to other people. So what goes in a money candle? Now let's think about it. I'm sending you money energy. Now, if you're thinking, oh gosh, money is all the root of all evil, do you think that just because I'm sending you energy that you're going to get it? No, because you're blocking yourself. So everything with the candle, first of all, I always say you go to your doctor, because you have to go to your doctor. And second is the healing. So with money, I can send you a whole bunch of stuff, but if you're set on knowing that you're not going to get any, then good luck to you. You're blocking my energy. So, all right, everyone, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned for more candle manifestation healings. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you so much. I'm going to check in a little bit who's on. Thank you so much for being on today and more about candle manifestation channelings. As I tell everyone, there's an oil and a candle for everything. Of course, we do not send any negative energy, like I said, but there's a candle for joy and love and money. There's a candle for happiness. There's so many candles for all different things. And so people ask me, okay, can I do my own candle? Of course you can. Why can't you? But what I've found very interesting is, let's say like I want something really bad. So if I do a candle on myself, most of the time it's not going to really benefit me because I'm holding on to like that. You know, I really want it to happen. So what's happening now? It's becoming very heavy. So the energy is becoming heavy and it's feeling like, it's not really going to be. So this is how I'm going to explain it. It's like putting a bird and like dumping all this weight on it. So by me being anxious, like, oh, please, God, let her get better, and putting that heaviness on a candle is not going to help at all. So what I do, I'm the outer party. So I take things in a light way. So for example, you want to get better. I'm not attached to the result. Not saying that I don't care. Yes, I do, but I'm not going to make it like a heavy energy. Like, please, God, make sure it happens, and putting this heavy energy on it. You see what I mean? So when I do candles for other people, I have no attachments, and that's what it's called. You have no attachments to the outcome. So that's when it performs miracles, because it becomes light. And so whether it's okay or not, so let's say I'm sending you love. Whether you feel it or not, it's okay, but I'm sending it through a light perspective. So that's how it really works. And so it's just amazing. Money candles are another amazing way to get so candles are tools. Think of it that way. And what is a candle flame? The flame of a candle is intensifying the energy of your wishes. That's why they're powerful. And yes, I recommend everyone lights their candles, but don't beg too hard and say, please, God, if you don't make this happen, I'll just freak out. No, keep it light and easy. That's how you do it. And from an outer perspective, when you have no attachments to the outcome, is great. So I have my sisters that like to do candles, and they are beneficial for them, and they see how it works. I come with the channeling, and I also do the wax reading. So I do the complete package. And you can tell if you ever did a candle with me, which I'm very blessed. I have customers for years, and I have 5-star reviews on Google Maps that love the candles. Every time there's a new moon, full moon, Linda, is it ready? You know, we can do a candle? Of course we are. So we love it. You can tell the channeling sounds nothing like me. The way they speak, I can feel what presence is there. I can feel what spirits come in. I feel if it's a man, sometimes people's spirit guides come in and they're like talking right through me. So I just love it. It's totally awesome. Okay, people can ask me, Linda, have you ever had a real bad experience? Yes, I have. I've had a candle which I had to do for this man that was very heavily drug addicted. And so when I was doing his candle, like I said, I absorb all this stuff. That's why, to me, I love doing it, but I absorb everything. So he was very, let's say, stoned out, if it's good to say. And when I was doing his candle, I felt him as if the room was spinning. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I was like holding on to the table. I'm like, this is horrible. So that's when it becomes a little negative. And then I don't like to really, of course, nobody wants to feel that big wave. But that's the only thing I've felt negative from all of them that I've done, which is like over 2,000. I have channelings and channelings of, oh, how many books do I have in the storage room? And one day I'm going to publish a book about the Trinity candles. But before I talk about them, I also want to talk about the saints and the beautiful saints that come in. I'll give you an example with Jesus Christ, one of my favorite stories. I was doing a candle, Trinity candle, for this lady, very bad situation. Basically, she had 10% chance of living. And her cousin called me and she said, Linda, I doubt she's going to make it, but do the Trinity candle anyway. And they told me, what is a Trinity candle? It's a candle every day for 3 days. So I said, okay, we have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So she said, okay. And I'm not going to say it worked instantly, but she did start seeing results. Within a couple of weeks from her critical condition of living 10%, this lady is a survivor. She wrote me a really nice review. And of course, I'm not giving myself any credit, also the doctors, but God answers miracles, you know, and when we pray and transmute the energy, I can see through the candle if she's going to make it or not. I can see the glow. I know when I'm doing a candle. Okay, I'll tell you another story. So I did this candle. It wasn't the Trinity candle because we knew this lady wasn't really into healings and stuff, but her son told me, just light her one, see what comes out. So what happened was I saw the whole funeral in her candle. It showed, what is it called? The croaking candle. I forgot, the raven. It was the raven. And you can tell in her wax, I saw this weird bird. And I told myself, what is that? So inside, it's like someone whispered in my ear, the croaking raven. So I'm like, what's a croaking raven? So I went back to my cell phone, Googled it up, and I'm like, what is that? And it says she's going to die soon. So I told her son, I said, I'm sorry to tell you, but she's not going to make it. And sure enough, she didn't. That was the only one I saw ever that she wasn't going to make it too long, unfortunately. But the rest of them have been miraculous. And as I said, when you are open to the energy, you will receive it for sure. Because I know how to transmute the gold energy, which I love. I hate when I'm sick and I call my sister. I'm like, can you help me? I don't feel good. She's like, do a candle. I go, I have no energy to do myself a candle. And she starts laughing because my sister, my twin, she's so good at it. And I always tell her, Maria, come on. I said, you are an excellent healer. She takes it right off me. Thank God so many times I was sick as a dog. And she's, you know, I wish she would do it for others. But I'm lucky she does it for me. So going back to the story with the saints, who comes in? Jesus was one of them. Now the second one, Saint Michael. Saint Michael is awesome when it comes to attachments. So basically, he is the kind of warrior that, let's say you have bad attachments with people. We all are courted, even though we might not be close. You know how they say, I don't know in everyone's religion, but in the Greek religion, the evil eye. So what does that mean? We are courted eye to eye. When you look at someone, it becomes an energetic thread that attaches from one to the other. So what happens then? If they are negative, they're going to hurt your eyes. Your head's going to hurt. You're not going to feel good because you connected with their energy. So Saint Michael comes in, and what do? I ask him to please cut the cords with these crazy negative people. So cutting the cords is beneficial, and Saint Michael comes in. He also comes in, I call onto him when it's something really negative, when it's a negative attachment, which we'll talk about later. So why I'm saying all this, please, everybody, if you feel like you need a healing, do not wait on it because it's only getting worse. I have learned this the hard way many years ago. If you feel like you need a healing, get a healing and quick. And if you want to ever speak to me, you can always find me at healingsonthego@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Linda Davidas, Davetas. And Healings on the Go will explain to you exactly how they work. I do many healings in many ways. I also do house clearings as well. But back to the subject with St. Michael, he's also very good for demonic possession. and anything to do with like really negative. So I call on to him always when I feel this man is demonized. You know, you got to be careful with these things. They always say, okay, go to a priest, but I know how to handle it too. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen people with attachments. I had my daughter one time, she saw this man that looked I hate to judge, but he looked out of his mind. She goes, Mommy, go do him a healing. I go, Adela, I can't help everyone. You know, you can't go and force people to like, you know, help them if they don't want to. And you can tell this man did not want no healings. He looked very aggressive. So that was funny. But anyway, St. Michael is awesome for that kind of stuff, for demonic possession. And when people are open, I will more than happy to help people that come my way. Okay, the next one is Saint Raphael. Saint Raphael is always called upon in the candles, when I do candles, for healings, for radiant health. Especially when they need like a good healing, I always call Saint Raphael. Sometimes you can call them, but someone else will come in. I've had sometimes I say, okay, Saint Michael, if you're here, you know, talk through me. But sometimes I will pick up someone else. Saint Raphael will come better. So they know the bigger reason, you know, maybe that person was more close to Saint Raphael than Saint Michael. So it always depends. You can call on to them, but sometimes someone else will come through. Okay, now the next person that I always like to call on to is Saint Gabriel. I call on to him the most when my daughter's not feeling good. And he's very good with kids. He watches over, he's a big healer too, and he takes away illnesses. I have his prayer right in front of me that says, protect me from illnesses, heal me. It's mostly when you're really sick. So that's when Saint Gabriel comes, and he comes to children. And I love that when my daughter feels sick, she goes inside the cabinet and she's like, Mommy, can you light me a candle? I said, of course I can. And he's like her warrior. He comes always when she doesn't feel good, which is cute. So like I said, every person has their own saint that comes in. So the next one that I like to call upon a lot as well, let's see, Saint Michael, we said. I love the archangels. So Saint Anariadi is a Greek twins. So basically everyone should know that I'm a twin. And Saint Raphael, they're called Ayus Anaridos. They're the twin healers, and they come in for people that are sick as well. And they come in and they're twins. So there's a lot of saints you could call on. Some people are very picky. They're like, if you do my candle, can you please call on to Saint Anne, or can you call on to whoever they want to call on to? I say, sure. There's a lot of deceased people that come through. So as you can tell, it's a work. It's not, like I said, it's not just saying, okay, I pray they feel better, just a little prayer. I sit there, transmute the energy. And how do I do that? Exactly from the energy of my hands. I call onto the Reiki, Dr. Yusui, Mrs. Sakata, which are the master healers. A whole tribe comes in. I'm there. Whenever I feel worried about something, I say to myself, what is my safe net? My candle. Get me a candle. I know everything will be okay. Because I know they make me feel safe and secure. All right, everybody, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned for more candles. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. My tablet's having a little hard time, but once I get in, I will say hello to everyone that's on. Thank you so much for joining. More on candle manifestation channelings. They are rated 5-star reviews on Google Maps, which is amazing. And thank you, God, again, for all the blessings that you give through the candles. Okay, the next subject I would like to bring up is about wax readings. Wax readings are very beneficial after it's completely melted. So there's a difference. Some people like to light the jar candles, which is awesome because you can still see things through the jars, which I read them through. And then you can read them through the wax reading. And that's when it shows the future and the present time. So for example, I might be doing a healing candle and I see a whole bunch of negative things. It's just what you're going through at the moment. Most of the time, things will miraculously change. And that is awesome. Like it completely changes from being such a sad candle to something positive. And so here's some other miraculous stories that I would like to share through my experience with the candles. One of the stories I would like to talk about is this lady that her dad was on death doors. These are the Trinity candles. So again, they're one candle a day for 3 days. The Trinity candle miracle was this lady's husband. Okay, I'll talk about the husband. He was very sick. He was actually on death doors. His organs started to fail. The doctors told him and the loved ones, okay, his organs are leaving, dying out. And so time to say goodbye. So she called me crying and she said, I told her, I'm so sorry, I'll do my best. But again, God's the miracle worker, not me. So I'm going to try sending all my good energy, the healing energy. We'll see what happens. So everyone came, gathered at his bed. He was supposed to go pass on. So you will never guess what happened. This is funny. After his organs started collapsing, everyone was expecting him to go. So they're looking at him like, well, he's not gone yet. The candle, it was showing a beam of white light. It actually looked like the cross. Sure enough, to make a long story short, he made it. He lasted another month. Can you believe he packed up his bags, left from the hospital, stayed another month. He was supposed to go to hospice and he lasted another month. It was a miracle. It's like you're dying now and you're actually leaving the hospital and going home. That is a miracle. She couldn't believe it. I told her, give it 3 days. I noticed on the 3rd day is when it's completely, that's when the miracle happens. So it doesn't, sometimes it's not right away. So that's why they call Trinity candles, 3 days. It's usually white, and the last one is gold. And let me show you what the gold candle looks like. This is the gold, and that's when the miracle happens. I have to say, from all the ones I have done, not one has failed me. Thank you, God, that true life and death ones, I have not witnessed one that, okay, they died. When I work on them, they last, even if they last a month long, they last long. And that's a miracle for someone to be dying and then they're lasting another month. So here's another story. Let's see which one I will say. Okay, I talked about the COVID in the hospital that evening. Okay, there was another story with my husband's cousin. She messaged me and she told me, by the way, hello, everybody. I can't find my live, but I will thank you all at the end of the show. And again, thank you for tuning in. She texted me on Messenger and she said, Linda, I am not doing well. She said, I don't have money now, but I really need your help. I'm very bad. So she sent me a picture, which I still have it. She looked very bad, poor lady. And then I told her, okay, don't worry about the money, your family. I said, I'm going to do it now. And so she texted me like the afternoon. By the evening, she was released. That's how open she was. She wrote me another real nice review. She kept always telling me, you saved my life. Of course, the doctors, again, play a big role. I'm not saying that without the doctors, but energy and doctors work miracles. So that's another good story. I have a lot of them, and which I am planning to write another book, but not just yet. But I'm going to share another one with my own personal experience with my mom that I was very heartbroken a month ago. She had diagnosed with breast cancer, and we were all praying for her. And I did candles and I did in person. So I said, Mom, I help everyone else. Of course, you're my mother. So she went recently for a mammogram. And the good news is, thank God, knock on wood, that thing shrunk. And the doctors were like, where did it go? They can't even find it now. So I said, thank God. So I did Reiki healing on her every week. And I did her a few candles. And knock on wood, thank God, not to jinx it, that thing has vanished. They want to look for it now and put a needle in her and see where it went. But the doctors were shocked that it shrunk to the point they can't find it no more. Thank God. So yes, everybody, don't give up hope, because I believe that miracles happen every day. We're all very gifted. We all have healing energy. I believe that we're gifted in different ways. And sure, I'm here for my own mission. And that's why I do healings. Other people have their own gifts. But never give up hope, because you never know. And I was really, a couple months ago on the show, my nose looked like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I was crying a lot, to the point that I caught a cold too. And my angels talked through me and they said, snap out of it. You know how to do healings. You can help her, and your twin too. So thank God, not to jinx it. Thank you, God, that she's going to be okay. So things happen every day. And I'm always a believer. Never give up hope. So now I want to continue on with a few other things of when people are doing the work. And basically, I want to say that our thoughts are very powerful. Everything begins with our thought process, then becomes manifested in the body. So as much as we cannot be happy every day, we're here to have mixed emotions. We can't always be happy. No, we're not. And it's okay not to be happy. But as I always said, don't stay down there long. And if you feel like you need a healing, please do get one, and always take care of yourself. We always look at our physical body. We bathe ourselves, we buy designer stuff, or we pamper ourselves, do our nails. But how many people really go and think, oh, I'm going to go clear my energy? Very few. And that's where it all stems from, the energy field. I can see people a mile away and know how their health is. I can see their auras. I know when people have holes in their auras. I know when they need help. So I'm not going to force you, okay, you need it. I would tell you, but it's always your decision. Are you going to help yourself? Who wants to die miserably, right? Cancer is like the worst way to go, I think. That's like the worst, to slowly die. I'd rather die in my sleep. But that's why I always tell everybody, everything becomes a thought. Then it becomes your belief. Then it becomes an action. So everything in our bodies are being stored in different ways. When I get worried, it becomes in my stomach. But for other different people, it becomes a headache. See, everything's connected all together. So that's why I love doing candle manifestation channelings. And I recommend you try one too. If you do try one, I will give you a discount, because I do want everyone to benefit from candle manifestation channeling. I have to say that they're miraculous, and not only that, you will feel the difference. I always call the person or text them the next day, how are you feeling? Because I'm not just going to assume that you feel better. 99% 99.9%, everyone does feel a difference. And I am there with you, guiding you and making sure that you will benefit from it. I don't just take your money and say, oh, well, now I just did it. Now you should feel better. No, I follow up with you and I make sure that you will feel better. Even if I do a free follow-up, because I always make sure. So what I do is this. I ask the person, send me a recent picture of you. Why? Because things can be accumulated for many years ago. For example, Adela, did you close the door? There's all flies in here. I'm sorry. Yes, go check. Sorry, everybody. But recent pictures is because right now is how you feel. 10 years ago, I don't need your picture because that was then. We need it right now. So I do the candle. I transmute the golden energy, which is also connected with Saint Metroton. He's amazing in healings, the orange golden energy. After that, within a day or two, we let the energy sit and go through you. Then afterwards, I tell everyone, if they say that they're not feeling good, which I haven't heard of that, but anyway, let's just say you don't feel good after one. Knock on wood, all of mine have been, they felt the difference. So I would say, send me a recent picture and then I'll see where is the healing from, up to. So let's say the gold energy is still up to your throat. Then I'll tell them you still need more time, because healing energy is like putting water down a clogged drain if you're backed up. If you have a lot of blockages, what's going to happen, it's going to go in slowly. So that's when the candle takes a little more time, because it has to go in slowly. It's going in slowly. It's working through your blockages. When you're open to them and you're not that blocked, it comes way quicker. So healings for physical problems, healings for emotional problems, healings for many different ways. So if you need more guidance, you can always, again, reach me at healingsonthego.com. Find me there. You can always shoot me an email, and I will let you know which one I recommend. Now, there's a candle manifestation channeling, and then there's the Negrita candle manifestation channel. So what is the difference? The Negrita candle manifestation channeling is when there's an extra votive candle. So let's say this one. It's a statue with this. This one will be programmed with all healing. So it's like having a double whammy. So you're getting the statue plus this is pouring healing on top of you. So that's the extra one. It's usually a little, not even that much more, because it comes with offerings. It comes with a lot more stuff. And it's that extra candle that it's programmed by a higher priest. And it's sent a lot of healing energy. So on top of it, so you have here, let's say this, and you have this. This is the Negrita candle manifestation. It's a program candle. Okay. Oops. So there's been a lot of candles, people, different timings. Like now we're in the month of Venus. So right now a lot of people want love candles. Oh, can you help me manifest my dream desire? So I said, sure. We will send that out. And usually I have an image of what he looks like. So I write down exactly what I'm feeling. It's so interesting. You do a love candle and you feel what comes through. So I feel this lady came through in one of the candles. Watch it. And what happened was I saw her soulmate very clearly. And she was connected with the ocean, and so was he. And he looked like the merman. Sure enough, like I don't remember how many, maybe a couple weeks later, she told me she met someone right the way I described it. So love candles are amazing. There's different energies for different things. Waning moon is usually when you want to remove things, remove and add. So again, you have to know all the phases and stuff, but if you have any questions, you let me know. And again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you. I will see the comments afterwards. You can still type. I don't know what happened to my tablet. It turned crazy. You can still type questions, and I will answer them after the show. All right, everybody, we'll take one more quick break, and we'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, we're talking today about candle manifestation channelings. What an awesome experience it will be. It's definitely worth trying, and if you try it anytime soon, message me, and I will give you a discount because I would love for you to benefit from all the great results. It's amazing, and it helps in so many ways. As I say again, if there's an oil, it's a candle for anything. There's people that are out there that need lots of help. I've helped suicide victims. I have helped, you name it, I have helped them. And thank God with this candle, you do not have to be in person. What I do is I text message you the picture of the candle, the 2-page channeling, and at the end of it all, the wax reading. And also, I do not lose touch. I believe that everyone I help afterwards becomes like my spiritual family. I always check up on them, make sure they're doing okay. It becomes more than just one-time thing. I always make sure you're doing well. And again, please take care of your soul. I mean, your body brings on so much energy. We go through so much during the day. And not only that, we pick up a lot of stuff. We could be in a store, we pick up energy. Cleansing is so beneficial. As you can tell, when people have a nice glow, they have lots of positive energy, positive affirmations. You know, if you want help, you also have to do the work. So I had this lady that I did a healing candle for. But I told her, you can't just stay thinking negative either. If you want it to be a positive candle, that's where the channeling comes in. That's when the spirits talk and they tell you how to keep up with it so it can help you. You know, it's just not light a candle and no guidance. They come in with guidance and you have to also do the work. Don't expect the candle to do everything. You also have to change your thinking to the highest good of what serves you. You know, it's sometimes very difficult to be, you know, getting up in the morning, but remember, you're doing the best you can. And always cleanse yourself and try affirmations. Affirmations are, again, energy of words that are manifested out. So there's vibration in every word we say. Think about it. How does it feel when you say certain words? When it's negative, I can't do this. It feels heavy and low. Or when you say, I can do this, how do you feel? Great, happy, uplifted. So candles are just like clearing you. And then everything, again, is your free will. Your free will to think as you please. And you can do it. You can do it. and you can do it. Everything is temporary in life, and we're just going through some bumps, but the outcome, it will clear out and it will get better. The way the ball bounces down, it'll go right back up. And people are here for you. I feel like everyone needs someone to talk to. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed the show on candle manifestation channeling, the Trinity candles, which are the real severe ones, as you saw in the show, have never failed me yet. Thank you to God and his intervention with the angels. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to contact me about the candle, you can reach me on my site, healingsonthego.com. I will be back in another 2 weeks with a brand new episode with Kendall Bell. See you then. Thank you for joining, everybody.